And we're back. Hello everybody, Dark Phoenix Gaming here, and welcome back to some more Assassin's Creed 2. Last time we left off, I had just finished collecting the last bits and pieces of Altair's armor. So now we have every armor set in the game and all but one of the weapons in the game. And so this time, we are here to have a word with our friend Bartolomeo, who we rescued from Silvio's assholes. And he's going to help us hunt down and kill Silvio. So, without further ado, let's get to that. And also, if I remember correctly, this is the last mission in the current memory sequence. Sorry, I was struggling for words there.
A direct assault against the Arsenale.
No, we'd be massacred at the gates. I have something else in mind. Take my men and plant them throughout the district. The trouble they cause will force Silvio to dispatch most of his guards.
And with the Arsenale drained of mercenaries, I can move in for the kill.
Esatto. You'll be virtually unopposed.
Let's hope he takes the bait.
Oh, don't worry. He will.
This guy is a cunning bastard, I'll give him that. Excellent plan. Time for some mercenary escorting.
Alright, this way.
And clear the marked areas. Hopefully we manage to get through this without too many of the mercenaries dying. Would be rather nice. To not get them all killed. Because that would be a rather embarrassing outcome. We go to all this trouble, only for every single one of the mercenaries under Ezio's command, or under Bartolomeo's command, and loaned to Ezio, I suppose is the better way to put it, to get killed. That would be a rather embarrassing outcome. Oh, fucking minstrels. I've said this before, and I'll probably say it a bazillion times before we're done with Ezio's saga of adventures, but minstrels are the spawn of Satan. They are the embodiment of pure evil. And I hope they die. All of them.
Hold on. This way.
Yes. Yes. Now, though, I'm going to be very dirty with my tricks. As you can see here. The mercenaries... Would you guys not whack me like that, please? As I was saying, the mercenaries can distract the guys. Well, I kill them from behind. And this one is now very clear.
Wait here for my signal.
As you wish.
Qui,
Let's do it.
Yes, time for us to drain a few more mercenaries from Silvio's garrison. Let's get on this, and I hope these guys aren't going to be slowpokes like this all the time. And while we're here and I'm recording this, I just wanted to mention something that I'm probably going to be doing once we finally get around to reaching Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Long story short...
Very well, if you insist.
Yes, long story short, as I was trying to say before, I've noticed that I have a tendency in this episode, in this series, just thanks to the fact that my longer videos is a new type of thing I'm doing. I have an unfortunate tendency to make the videos a bit too long. As in, they are right on the cusp of being 2 hours long, which is far too much. So, I think I'm gonna need to put a cap on the length of time that I record for
Your ground here.
at about an hour and a half or so, rather than just trusting that I'll do it somewhat correctly and not record for too long, because just taking it as a given that I'm not going to record for too long is not working so far. So an actual cap I put on the amount of time I record for is probably the best way to do it. You can die. As can both of you. Double assassination for the win, eh? I'm going to try this now. I was trying to do an air assassination. As you can see, it did not work. But now, let's get going. We've got a place to go, as well as a location to go. Now, you idiots are dealt with, so let's get ourselves to here. How many more of these places are we gonna have to clear, though? That is the question.
This is where you wait.
Send word when it's time to strike.
Okay. And that's that done. It would seem I slightly misjudged things when I said that was the last mission. It's not the last mission, but it's probably the last in this current set of missions. Which all of them are going to be concerning getting things set up with Bartolomeo and assassinating Silvio Barbarigo. Forgot Silvio's last name there for like a fraction of a second. Anyways, they're all going to be concerning that, I think, which should have been the thing I was thinking of. So it's more of a mission set that we're closing in on the end of than an individual mission. But now, let's get over here and see Bartolomeo again. No doubt he has some further instructions for us on this whole set of affairs.
There you are. Is it done?
Yes. All your men are in place.
Bene, bene. Take this. I assume you know how it works.
What is that?
Find the highest point you can in the district, and fire it from there. This signals my men to begin the attack.
All right then.
It's a
I will see
firecracker,
you on the battlefield.
I'm guessing.
That you will.
A firecracker is what we got here. Signal the attack, and then assassinate Dante and Silvio. Okay then. Signal from a viewpoint, eh? I can do that. Not sure where the actual viewpoint we're going for is, but here's a feather. As I've said multiple times in this playthrough, not going to be attempting to collect all the feathers. Just because I tend to find actually pulling that off kind of a pain in the ass, and just collecting the feathers is annoying, and I just forget to do it after a while, so it's easier to just not bother, and I just pick up a handful when I find them. Basically, it's a lot safer than actually attempting to collect a lot of them. And we just narrowly make it into the water, as is my tendency with Ezio. A lot of things tend to be accomplished by pretty narrow margins. Except for the sword fights and things. I kind of dominate in those. Speaking of sword fights, if you weren't paying attention at the end of the last episode, you won't know this, but I have procured Altair's blade now. Which brings up another point that I find a little bit baffling, although I imagine the why is mostly for balance, but Altair's sword is a thing that we have to buy off of the armorer, albeit something you can only buy off the armorer in Monteriggioni, I'm pretty sure, but why do you even have to buy it? The blade seems like it's one of these Assassin's Heritage relics, or however you want to put it, rather than being something you would purchase. I don't get why we purchase the blade rather than it being found with the armor itself. Well, let me clear that up. I get it from a mechanical perspective, because giving you the best sword in the game at the same time as the best armor in the game would probably be a little bit broken. But even so, it doesn't make sense from a thematic or lore perspective. And I do believe it is time for us to attack, so I'll shelve the discussion about why we get Altair's sword from buying it until another time then, shall I? Now, let's get out of cutscene land. He's over there. I gotta go defend bastard. And now all of Venice is a restricted area because we are not being quiet or subtle anymore.
Must return to l'Arsenale.
Great.
Salute, Ezio!
Care for some company?
By all means!
As I said, pretty much the best sword in the game, and it is ours now. Though it's a shame I won't get to enjoy it for long. To cut a long story short, there are story things that divest me of all of my equipment at the start of Brotherhood. I won't be explaining because I don't want to spoil it. But now we have some people to kill.
A fine specimen, isn't he? You should be honored to die by his hand.
So if you'll excuse me... Dante, I think you're going to end up on the dead side of things. Not exactly the most subtle of assassinations, is it? Then again, for plot reasons, I'm kind of obligated to engage him directly.
We must depart.
Ezio, go now! That brute will no doubt lead you straight to his master. My men and I will remain here and keep the guards from giving chase.
Well, that works too.
Hurry!
I guess we're not killing Dante just yet. We have to chase the assholes down and murder their faces. Okay. Assholes, I was trying to kill them with my guns, but accidentally shot a couple of civilians. That's unfortunate. Oh well. That's one! Sorry, Dante, you don't have a master to return to anymore, so... Yes, that's a thing now. is the lack of a master. And there goes number 2. I'd call this a successful day, even if we weren't exactly subtle about
Just a
it.
distraction. We were meant to sail.
Sail where?
I'll never tell. Cyprus is their destination. They want...
Non temete l'oscurità.
Dante, that fellow was awfully talkative near the end for someone who was stabbed in the head and became like a child. He didn't seem like a child there.
Silvio is defeated.
Oh well, it's a worry for another time, I suppose.
Perhaps now Venezia might finally enjoy a bit of pace e tranquillità. We should celebrate this victory!
Afraid not.
I'm glad for you and your men, Bartolomeo, but I cannot join. I fear my work has just taken a rather strange turn.
What do you mean?
Silvio wasn't looking to replace Marco as Doge. He was about to leave Venezia, in fact. This whole thing was just a distraction.
Why?
That is what I need to find out.
Indeed. And this is the end of this sequence. So I get some cash, a letter to Dante Moro, and we're moving on to sequence 11. So let's go.
There you are, Ezio. Why so serious?
It's my birthday.
Davvero? 100 di questi giorni. That's wonderful.
Is it? It's been over 10 years since I watched my father and brothers die.
Wow.
10 years hunting the men responsible.
I didn't realize it had been that long.
Close to the end now, but
To be honest, I've not really been keeping track of the dates in this game very
It's
well.
better here now because of the things you've done. Basta. Look here. I have a birthday present for you. It's l'Arsenale's shipping manifest. From the day the boat left.
they bought to Cyprus. You're serious?
And guess when it's scheduled to return? Tomorrow.
Ezio,
Leonardo, when did you get back?
just now. I need to talk to you right away.
Go on. Have fun, boys.
It's better
Okay.
than good.
Oh, it is. It is. Walk with me. Stay close.
Gotta be honest, I really kind of like Rosa. She's one of my favorite female characters in the Assassin's Creed series. Or rather, the parts of the Assassin's Creed series I've played so far.
When the second piece is brought to the floating city.
Prophet.
And this next statement is going to be minor spoilers, but I really wish they'd gone somewhere more with Rosa's relationship with Ezio than they did. It just sort of disappeared after Assassin's Creed 2, and I always thought that was kind of a shame,
Leading to an ancient vault.
as they could have done a lot more with it
Very powerful.
when it was really more just a sideshow as it
Took these
happens.
pages from the Barbarigo.
In this
Then maybe
case.
they know about this vault too. That's not good.
Wait. What if that's why they sent the ship to Cyprus? To find this piece of Eden and bring it back to Venezia.
When the second piece is brought to the floating city.
The Prophet will appear. Only the Prophet can open the vault. My God! When my uncle told me about the Codex, I was too young, too brash to imagine it was anything but an old man's fantasy. But now I see. The killing of Mocenigo, even the Medici, my father and brothers. It was all part of his plan. find the vault. The Spaniard. Rodrigo Borgia.
Yes, that's right.
They
We've
both
got
from
some
Cyprus
Borgia
arrived tomorrow.
hunting to do.
I plan to be there to meet it.
Good luck, my friend.
Well, thank you for that. Let's see, though. Unfortunately, there do not appear to be any more assassinations for us to do. But there is a viewpoint up there. I'll be doing a little bit of viewpoint climbing now. And I'm hoping that climbing this one will reveal a few more, because there's still something in the order of like 5 or 6 viewpoints in Venice that I have yet to synchronize with. And if at all possible, I'd like to do all the viewpoints in the game in this playthrough. Just because I just kind of enjoy climbing really tall buildings in Assassin's Creed. The architecture and just exploring how every city looks and everything is actually one of my favorite parts of the series.
I've had enough of little sheets like you coming into my... Aha! Raju! On him!
Okay, how about you die? I would really like it if you would die. And since you can't swim, that solves that problem for me handedly. Didn't realize this area over here was restricted, though. But I will take the 1800 florins. Thank you for that. That hurt. And I managed to accidentally jump. Like that. Lovely. I will take Mr. Borgia Messenger's money, though. Can't complain about some more free cash. Now, though, we're going to climb this thing and see what the hell is up here. Since this is my next viewpoint, time to do a little synchroniziness of synchronizing. I'm pointing in the right direction, fortunately, so unlike with a couple of other viewpoints that I dicked up quite horrendously, I will not fall to my death when I do this. Yes, I have fallen to my death from viewpoints before. That is a thing that has happened. Not even kidding. Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more viewpoints unlocked. I'm gonna check under DNA. How are my viewpoints doing? Well, there's still 7 more in Florence, which probably aren't unlocked yet. And these 5 are the last ones in Venice. So it's going to be my next go. I also need some prostitutes, because there is a codex page over here that I need. And if my math is right, including the couple of them that I've gotten off camera, just because they were nearby and I felt like why not nab them, including those, this should be the last codex page. At least I hope so. That'll give us some more health once we decipher that with Leonardo. But for now, I'm going to run off and do these last couple of viewpoints. Otherwise, how else am I going to get all the viewpoints? Now... next couple of viewpoints. Let's just climb this a sensible way. Well, sensible as far as climbing hundreds of years old medieval architecture goes. Can't exactly go very far with that statement, now can you? Whatever. Ezio, please do try not to hurl yourself off too many buildings. It's kind of annoying. Especially when I did not give you the order to do so. If I'm ordering you to hurl yourself off a building, then you damn well better do it, but if I'm not, then don't. It's a simple concept, one which you seem to have trouble grasping, for some reason. Okay. Carry. I'll refill all my medicine, and Ezio can heal up again. Well, here's a minor spoiler for you. Wellness is probably not going to remain my companion. This because I have a tendency to get hurt a lot, be it from fighting guards or falling off of tall buildings. Though it's usually option B and that gets me. The tall buildings tend to kill me a lot more than anything else. And as you can see, we have rather a lot of ka-ching in our storage chest. Which is pretty good because I still have a handful of paintings that I need to buy for completing our collection, and there's one more weapon in the game we have to own before we can call ourselves complete on that front. And you probably noticed this by now, but at this point I'm basically just rambling on about whatever strikes my fancy to fill time as I'm going around and visiting these viewpoints. Speaking of, there's a pouch for large poison vials. You know, I actually might get the Venetian wine for my colors and everything. Well, actually not. I kind of like the version of Ezio's Altair armor, but I am going to pick up a large poison vial so we can have more poison. Though, to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure why I bother, seeing as I don't run out of poison basically ever, and I haven't since I haven't run out of poison since the early stages when I could only carry like 5 vials. But now that I can carry 15, I very much doubt I'm about to run out of the damn things. Fortunately for me, Altair's armor doesn't seem to break, which makes my life a hell of a lot easier. I do wish I could get more bullets, though, because I would love to be able to make regular use of the hidden gun. The problem is that right now I can only carry 6 bullets for us. If I could carry like 10 or 15, that would make it so much easier. And that guard is an asshole? come on. What is these people's beef with me climbing buildings? Actually, that's a lie. I know what their beef is with me climbing buildings, or at least I am reasonably certain. They use the roofs as lookouts for enemy attacks, since Italy is basically a load of different city-states at this point. They have to watch out for their neighbors trying some shit all the time. It's still annoying, though, which is why I constantly bitch about it. Oops. Ezio, what did I just tell you about not throwing yourself off the roofs? Do you listen to me at all? I have to ask. Well, for now, I'm going to climb up again and actually synchronize with the damned thing this time.
There! You will not get away!
Because I didn't manage that before.
On him!
Now these guys are annoying me. But I can synchronize with the tower, and they will stop bloody chasing me for the moment. But seriously. There is trying to get people... Obviously, on the one hand, there's wanting to keep the roofs clear so you can use them to hold lookouts. On the other hand, oh my god, multiple minstrels. I've died and gone to hell. Get the hell away from me, you bastards. As I was saying, on the one hand, there's wanting to keep the roofs relatively clear so you can use them as garrison. On the other, there is attacking someone who happens to be up on the roofs the first time you see them there. Or the second, or even the third, or the 20th. I mean, as long as I'm not blocking their view or anything, it shouldn't matter, right? Well, according to their logic, being up on the roofs in this game is basically the replacement for what in AC1 was riding your horse fast. Translation, it is punishable by death. Because yes, apparently in the Holy Land, if we're to believe Assassin's Creed 1 and Altair's memoirs, I guess, they didn't have speeding tickets or anything. They just had the death penalty for riding your horse faster than a casual trot. That was apparently a thing. A very retarded thing, mind you, but still a thing. Now let's check again. Is this going to be the last Venetian viewpoint? Right, now... secret locations. I'm guessing that's a couple of Templar dens. Couriers... their assignments and beat-ups are the only side activities that I haven't finished everything in yet. I'll have to see if I can't run across a few of those at some point or other. Viewpoints... yeah, Venice, this is the last viewpoint. once I'm done here, I will be moving on to the main quest. I honestly can't be bothered to chase that guy. Just because, even if it would net me about 1,500, I don't need an extra 1,500 right now.
He's right there.
Okay, I'm feeling generous here, so I'm just going to punch your lights out. Okay. That was kind of a mistake. And there goes a body down into the streets. I wanted to unarmed kill the guy. Did not manage that, unfortunately. Oh well. One person dies, and we get to climb a tower. It's a perfectly acceptable exchange rate, wouldn't you say? 1 life for the ability to climb a tower. Totally reasonable, am I right? Haha. Now, let's get up here. And I should be pointing in the right direction to get into that bale of hay, fortunately. And indeed I am. Let's see here. Nothing else worth doing around here. Unfortunately, it would seem that I cannot just fast travel to a different part of Venice in order to avoid that whole mess. And I don't know why I was chasing that guy. It's not even worth it. What the hell, guys? Seriously. I pickpocketed one person and knocked a box out of someone's damn hands. And that gives you the right to attempt to murder me, does it?
He's got to be here somewhere. Comb the area.
That's bullshit.
I see him. There.
Come on, guys. This is just a great big misunderstanding. Come on.
The rats will have a rare treat this night.
Yeah. It's just a misunderstanding. You guys need to chill the fuck out. And what is with the rocks? Seriously. Rocks? What are you guys, the fucking Mountain Blade Warband looters? This is not the Stone Age. Quit throwing rocks at me, you bastards. Quit fucking throwing rocks at me, you assholes. I said stop throwing rocks at me, you sons of bitches. Quit it. You rock-throwing bastards! Oh, for fuck's sake! Cut it out with the damn rocks! Honestly, what is it with the goddamn rocks?
Not here either.
And I told you before, it was just a goddamn misunderstanding. I mean, honestly, I pickpocket one person and accidentally knock someone's box to the ground, which reminds me, what the hell's even in those boxes? The guards seem to act like they're more valuable than gold. Honestly. It's ridiculous.
You shouldn't be up here.
It really is quite absurd.
Good citizen.
Really? What do they keep in those boxes that the guards are so willing and eager even to kill me if I so much as knock over someone carrying one of them? It's absurd. And I know I'm bitching. I don't give a damn. But I'm sorry. Much as this is my favorite Assassin's Creed game that I have played thus far, and much as I love it, and just find it to be in absolutely every way superior to the first Assassin's Creed, for obvious reasons, because, let's be honest, there were a lot of things wrong with the first game. Not even counting how linear and repetitive all the assassinations were. To the point where, and you'll know this if you watch my Let's Play of that game, by the time I got into the final few assassinations, I couldn't be bothered to even do all of the included activities for gaining information, and just did the absolute minimum to be able to unlock the assassinations, rather than doing every single available activity, like I have a tendency to do in this game. And even if I don't show it on camera, I am doing all the available activities.
You shouldn't be up here.
Ezio, please. I'm trying to get to a place. Though I wouldn't mind getting to a location as well.
What the devil are you doing over here?
How do I get onto... How do I get there? That's my question right now. Alrighty here. I'm probably going to be at this for a little bit just because I'm not quite sure how to get in there right now. I mean, I'm sure I've done it before, I just don't remember how right now. Or maybe I won't be, and maybe I can just walk in a door and go somewhere very quickly. Would be nice. I mean, I'm skeptical of the idea working, but it would be nice if I could just walk right in, no problems. Sorry, but you were an unfortunate casualty who tried to prevent Ezio from reaching his destination, which is a somewhat fatal thing to be doing a lot of the time. Sorry about that, but you had to die so he could get to the next quest objective. No, you idiot. Thank you. Now go here. And watch stuff happen.
Uncle Mario?
What the hell?
Where
What
are
the
they
hell?
taking it?
Capture the cargo from the ship, and my own personal objective, find out what the hell Ezio's uncle is doing here. I'm probably going to want to maintain some distance. Just so that we don't get seen and it becomes too suspicious that we're present. But apparently we can get reasonably close. Though not too close, and the asshole decides to turn around sometimes. So, gonna have to be on the looks out for that whole set of affairs. I hate these missions where you have to tail someone. I just find them kind of annoying because I prefer doing things, being in the thick of the action. I don't mind a bit of stalking every now and then, but... And I am truly astonished that these damn minstrels haven't alerted him. But, as I was saying, I do enjoy a bit of stalking and some subtlety and stealth, but just the way that these targets are always so slow and their walking speed is quite abysmal a lot of times, it doesn't endear me to the follow this person missions. I'm not against the concept of the mission in general. What I'm opposed to is the way that it's implemented, because Assassin's Creed has so far done a fairly rubbish job of implementing the follow this person concept into missions in their games. As I said, not fundamentally opposed to the concept as a whole. They just haven't done a very good job at it so far.
Come back here, you rodent!
Well, doesn't get them out of my way. Well, let's catch up with this guy before I lose him. Excellent. Time for you to die, my friend. I do love the various toys that we get. Got myself caught there. Lovely.
Down, down! Get down, order!
Okay.
Give them something to...
Yes, distract them. I'll drink some medicine.
I may be a bit disorganized, but I do know my Smith.
For whatever reason, I started high up there. Kind of a pain, to be perfectly honest.
You really want me to draw my blade?
You didn't have to draw your blade, actually. I drew mine first. And you wouldn't have been competent enough to be worth a damn if you did draw it. So there's also that. Stupid minstrels, go fuck yourselves. I don't know why I keep clicking under armor. I have every piece of armor in the game, and I know it, yet I keep checking on the off chance that more armor will turn up, even though I know it won't. Honest to God, I'm not sure why I do that. Fucking minstrel. Again, minstrels are the embodiment of pure evil. This is not my opinion, it is fact. Minstrels are evil. Evil, I tell you. Evil. Though not good works as a descriptor also. Okay. People are terrible. Goddamn minstrels. And once again, I've mentioned this before, but I will say it again. I loathe these missions that force me to stalk my foe like this. If they were a little bit more detailed and multifaceted, that would be better, though. Like, I would have no problem.
The maestro awaits. He will not suffer mistakes. Package it correctly. Do it now.
The Spaniards here? That changes things. If I can infiltrate this group, take the place of the courier, they'll lead me right through the Filo di Putana.
As I was saying, these stalking and AI missions, I wouldn't be so opposed to them if it wasn't for the fact and we have to do that again. So let's just finish my sentence. I wouldn't be so opposed to those missions if it wasn't for the fact that they have a hard failure state and an extremely strict failure state at that. If the missions were a little bit more flexible, as in once you failed to remain undetected, they would go differently. Or something. I would like them a lot more. Like, right there, the way I'd prefer it is, I failed, and then the objective changed to something else to reflect the fact that I'd failed my mission, but still gave me a chance to carry it out. I just had to change a little bit because I'd been detected. That's the kind of thing I would honestly prefer.
Buy me a little time.
But Ubisoft doesn't do that sort of thing, now does it? Now do they? I'll kill you. And we get the armor on by magic, even though we'd just gotten seen for a few seconds. Ezio was pretty fast at changing armor, isn't he?
Yes, sir.
This is a moment of great importance. Stay in formation. Make this right.
Okay. Assassinate the Spaniard. By stay in formation, I presume he means follow him. And that's what I'm going to go off of until I find out otherwise.
Weakness is what hard to find, but you, I have got my eye on you.
Jesus!
I lost getting to it.
Do you want me to be able to do my job or not, people? Stop fucking shoving me, you bastards. Really?
What's got into you? You know what we do to Capone like you? We bring out Bruno the donkey. Trust.
Like we practice.
He's not Vito.
Why don't you look the same today?
Go.
Oh, God. You assholes. It's just a box, people. I wrecked some idiot's box. You don't need to go crazy on me for that. There is such a thing as overkill, you know. I am still, and probably will always be, very annoyed about the fact that the guards go after me just for smashing some guy's box. Get him a new box to carry and call it a day. I mean, honestly, what's in there? Gold? Jewels? The carrier's mother? Oh. That would be him.
You were not followed.
Absolutely. Everything went perfectly. We have followed your orders exactly as specified. The mission to Cyprus was more difficult than expected. There were...
I need to actually check what button I have that assigned to, so sorry for the sudden interruption.
Patience. But we have returned with the artifact and have carefully transported it to you.
Yes, I will be helping myself to this.
Leave him to me.
Subtlety is not exactly Ezio's forte.
Where is he?
Who?
Your prophet. Doesn't look like anybody showed up, Rodrigo. How many people have died for these? For what's in this box? And look, there's nobody here.
You claim not to be a believer, and yet here you are. Don't you see him? The prophet is already here. I am the prophet.
You're a batshit insane nutjob. And I am going to murder your face. Time to do a little bit of face murdering. It's Borgia murder time. I hope nobody in the audience likes Rodrigo Borgia, because he's about to go down in as painful a manner as I can manage to pull off. Also. And yes, this is what passes for a boss fight in Assassin's Creed. You're not really meant to be doing face-to-face combat all of the time, so...
Is this all you have?
Yes.
Where is the rest of your people?
It's going to be a little disappointing.
You really have no idea, do you? Guards!
Aw. You think you can beat me with your cronies? That's adorable. That's just so precious, Rigi. Ain't it just so sweet? They think they got a chance against Ezio. That's just sweet.
Uncle!
Aww.
Don't worry, Nipote. You are not alone.
Well, about time you were hanging out somewhere other than Monteregione.
What are you doing here?
We could very well ask you the same thing.
Save your questions, brother. Don't let Bodra leave that box.
Wasn't planning on it. But questions is putting it lightly. To be frank.
Take him down, Ezio. You're right behind him.
But I think we need to take out a few more of these cronies. I have an alternate suggestion for you, Rigi boy. How about instead you go fuck yourself? That sounds fairly ideal to me. Or you could take after the suggestion of what your son's going to get involved with in future and start screwing your sister. Oh, you did not just bring Ezio's father into this. I was going to make your death quick, but now it's going to be slow and painful. Enjoy your suffering, bitch. I'm going to deliver it to you.
This is for my father.
And that, Ezio, is why you don't monologue.
No, I need to go after him.
Do you really now? Or are you here for another reason, my son?
Theodora, what? What are you all doing here?
Perhaps the same thing you are, Ezio. Hoping to see the Prophet appear.
And
I came here to kill the Spaniard.
our next major historical figure that shows up in these games.
Was foretold. And unbeknownst to us, here you are. Perhaps all along, you were the one we sought.
Cosa? Who are you?
Niccolò di Bernardo de Machiavelli.
Yes, everybody, meet Niccolò Machiavelli. And apparently he's an assassin.
Just like you, and each one of us here.
And everyone here.
Paola. Volpe.
It's true, Nipote. We have all been guiding you for years, teaching you the skills you would need to join our ranks. I think it's time.
We have our prize, but there is much to be done. Come, meet us here at sunset.
Okay, then. We got places to be. And we teleport there. Thankfully, we don't have to head to a quest point for this. We just get taken there. I do kind of appreciate that in this case. Cuts out the fluff.
Remember,
nothing is true.
Where other men are limited by morality or law, remember,
everything is permitted.
We work in the dark to serve the light. We are assassins.
Nothing is true.
Everything is permitted.
It is time, Ezio. In this modern age, we are not so literal as our ancestors, but our seal is no less permanent. Are you ready to join us?
I am.
This only hurts for a while, brother. Like so many things.
Really? You're going to burn your fingers? I have to wonder, in this time period, how many assassins do you think died from an infected wound or a dirty pair of pincers? In that, how many do you think died from that rather than wounds in battle or being taken by surprise? Because it's got to be a fairly high number, because even in the Renaissance, you got to, compared to the modern time anyways, medicine was kind of shitty, so that's one thing I'm always thinking about. But, you know, I always kind of loved the Assassins and the whole creed and philosophy and everything. It It was kind of awesome, and I just think it's kind of neat how they do such a good job of blending together stuff like philosophy and morality and everything, and just their idea of you should question everything. I just really enjoy the way they do that, and it's excellent. I can't say enough good things about that. The way they thematically present the assassins in all the games is pretty awesome.
Are you okay? Do you want to stop?
No, I need to go back, right now.
What was that? And why did we temporarily return to the real world? Was there a point to that little transition? That's one thing I've always wondered, because
Sean?
that didn't need to happen.
Of course. How could I have forgotten?
It was kind of useless. It's just sort of thrown in there to remind you that
which means Ezio's greatest enemy
Desmond exists.
also the most powerful man in Italy.
And yes, we just crossed blades with the guy who was to be Pope.
Because that's exactly where you're going.
Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.
And apparently Leonardo is in on the
explain this
whole
than explain to you why the Earth goes around the sun.
assassin thing.
The sun around the Earth.
It's fabricated with materials that shouldn't exist.
That's right.
And yet, this is clearly a very ancient artifact.
The Codex refers to it as a piece of Eden.
The Spaniard. He called it the apple.
That's right. This would have been in the time period where the Earth was still considered the center of the universe. Of course. Ezio, you are now learning what Commander Shepard will be learning in Mass Effect in a few centuries. You do not touch random objects that look neat.
It would drive weaker minds insane.
It tends to be a bad
He
idea.
will be relentless in his desire to gain it back.
Ezio, you must protect this with all the skills we have taught you.
Take it to Forli. The citadel is walled, protected by cannons, and our ally controls it.
Who is this ally?
Her name is Caterina Sforza.
Yes, the
You don't
lady
say. I think I
got
may enjoy
us
this mission.
a ride to Venice in the
Thank
first
you for
place, if you
everything,
remember.
my oldest friend.
It's been a while since then, though, so...
Ezio tells me you travel off into Milano. I have a grand villa in Toscana. You must come visit me there.
Aw, and Leonardo and Uncle Mario are getting to be friends. That's kinda nice. And we have a cape for Venice now. But we're in Forli now, because reasons. Special memories, eh? And repaired memories here, those quest things. So... that's the thing that will advance the plot right now. But I'm more interested in other stuff right now. There's also loads of cash in the village chest. As well, so that will also be a thing that we need to take care of. Heading back and retrieving our money. Yes, these people are still such a pain in the ass. Down or die. Really? Really? the hell was that about? Is what I want to know. We weren't even that far up, for goodness sake. I'm going to check out check something out here. I think this, whatever this is at the top of the tower, based on where the marker is taking me, so I'll check that out. And probably do the mission. But fairly soon I'm going to be heading back to Monteriggioni to retrieve my cash. And yes, it does appear that it's up here, though I have absolutely no idea what this mission even is, but I feel like satisfying my curiosity. Oh, it's just this. An excuse to do some more flying. Yeah, sorry. As cool as that was, it's not story related. Meaning I have basically zero interest whatsoever in doing that. I will head off to Forley. I will head off to, not Forley, seeing as we're in Forley. Rather, I will head off back to Monteriggioni, withdraw my money, and see if there's not anything else I can buy at some of the stores. Plus, I'll have to go to a few places to finish up my painting purchasing. I'll head to Monteriggioni now. Check what we can buy in terms of weapons and if there are any new paintings I can pick up here. Or if they're all in Forley and Tuscany and possibly Venice. Alright, not Venice. Florence. No, we own all the paintings here. We own all the paintings. Can't get that. I don't care for any of those new colors. And small weapons. No, does not appear we're going
We're hoping most days should you change your mind.
to be able to get any of the weapons. But what I will do is get over here. And we're going to deposit a couple of feathers in Mother's chest. Not that chest, the literal one that she keeps over here. And we've collected a quarter of them, which is probably going to be about the cap for what we managed to find. Leonardo's over here, though. Apparently, we have a page that we can get some work done on.
So good to see you. How can I help you? Haha! You found another one! How exciting! I think this is the key. If I just rewrite this line, and it works. Here, take it.
Okay. We got that done. Now, pick up the money. And we have over 80 grand now. Ezio is not short on cash, so I can go around on a buying spree and such. And now we have all of the codex pages. And this is the thing that you actually have to do with the pages. I decided to hold off on showing it until I had all of them, but the codex pages make up a map of the world. And it's a kind of jigsaw puzzle that you have to get together so it fits properly and all. Which is what we're going to be doing. As I always do with puzzles, I'll get the exterior in place first. And we'll see if I can't actually get those positioned right. Because I am terrible with puzzles, as you no doubt are aware. This one I'm going to try to do on camera, just because, just a feeling, I think it should be done on camera. Because of how majorly important it is to the plot and everything. That looks pretty right. Looks correct to me. And indeed, a map of the world. But the next thing I'm going to do is go around on a massive shopping spree and buy all the paintings that are available right now, basically. And there comes another 13,000. I'm not going to bother to collect it because we have plenty of cash for the moment. But I am going to go ahead and end this episode here so it doesn't go on too long. And next time we will be in Forley, and I will be starting the restored memories. And we are pushing on towards the end of the game now. There's a couple of sets of restored memories, and then the final objective. And will see us into the end game. So, I hope you'll join me next time for some adventures in Forley with Katarina. I won't spoil what they are, but it's going to be fairly interesting. In any case, this has been Dark Phoenix Gaming. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to see more like this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. See you then, folks. See you then.